Lindermenn. Doc, what's going on, man? How are you?
We're doing well here, Neil, and you?
Fantastic. And today's topic, autism and autism spectrum disorder. Is there a difference between autism and autism spectrum disorder?
Well, if you look it up, and AI will say there's no difference, but there's a little bit of difference. And it's very similar to saying diabetes or diabetes mellitus type 2. So it has to do with inclusion. So in theory, like I said, there's no difference. But in 2013, the DSM-5 decided to make an umbrella for various conditions like Asperger's and pervasive developmental disorder under a single diagnosis. So autism is a less formal term. Autism spectrum disorder is a more formal and more inclusive term.
What is PDD NOS?
These initials stand for pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified. It's a DSM-5 diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorders is what DSM stands for. So this is just a way of grading, or it really has to do with finances. In other words, how does an insurance company decide to get how much to pay for something?
What are their shared characteristics?
People with autism and autism spectrum disorder have challenges with interaction and social communication, and they also have repetitive behaviors or restricted interests. These, of course, characteristics vary widely, but they have a kind of a flapping hand thing that's called STIM. But anyway,
Is there a cure for autism spectrum disorder?
no, but it is in a way treatable. It falls under the broad term of neurodevelopmental condition, and it lasts a lifetime. Applied behavior analysis, or ABA, is a therapy which focuses on improving social communication and daily living skills. In other words, overcome some of the problems associated with it.
Can medications help treat autism spectrum disorder?
There is no specific medication treatment for autism or autism spectrum disorder, but there are drugs that can help treat things like ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You can also treat seizures and treat depression.
Can autistic children be calmed?
It's possible to introduce a calming environment, and that's done, parents can do that by minimizing sensory overload, creating a quiet retreat, and practicing relaxation techniques like deep breathing. Now, you're not going to teach your 3-year-old to deep breathe, but as you
Yeah.
get older, you might be able to.
What are comfort items for autistic children?
Plush toys, stuffed animals, those are classic comfort items that offer emotional support for, and these children need a sense of familiarity and comfort, especially in unfamiliar situations.
How do I know if my child is autistic?
Symptoms can vary. That's one of the reasons they decided to call it autism spectrum disorder. However, poor communication skills, poor eye contact, restricted interests, limited verbal skills, they don't talk very much, and repetitive behaviors like we talked about above, certainly. And it's called self-stimulation or self-stim or STIM for short. And again, it's this kind of stuff.
Doc, my question to you about why did they get rid of the Asperger's diagnosis?
Well, they've been trying to get a diagnosis that covers everything. So Asperger's is included in this uh, a variety of symptoms. So it's just an effort to include everything under one label.
All right. So this is very interesting stuff. So the best place to go is to ruraldocallen.com and pick up Pregnancy Your Way, available